Alright, boys and girls, Gramir here again. We're going to go over a little loot and scoot stuff. So we got a nice little button here. Currently I have some new items to discuss, so we'll go over those first. In fact, there's a setting that pops up a window for you when you loot a new item. So I currently have that enabled. Spells I want to keep, I don't have that setting enabled yet, so I will fix that. Yeah. Now, there you go, demonstrating this popping up in action. So yeah, that's set to keep on the wizard, but we want to sell it so that everybody keeps it. In fact, same thing with this guy. If it's set to sell, everybody's going to keep it. If it's set to keep, it's based on class. So just be wary of that. So anyways, I got the window open. We'll go to the settings tab here, and first things first, my window's big. This is a scroll section. Let's make this section big enough to fit the window. But at the same time, if the window's shorter than what I just set that to, now we can scroll the whole window. So just a little ways of keeping things contained when you decide to dock or scale things. Also dynamic, so if it's wider, you fit more items on there, kind of thing. A couple of key settings. I added a keep spells setting here, and we're going to tell everybody in the group. So add LNS set keep spells. Learn how to spell SPLS. All right, now mine's on, so I'm going to say off. And then we'll redo the commands with the group. So we'll do a DGG. And we'll set it to on. Now everybody just got their set to on. It's in my group. I'm going to just quick confirm these real fast. So add new sales, add new tribute. A lot of the stuff's the same. Not much has really changed there. I added a can wear option. So if it's a no drop item, it's going to check and see if it's something you can even use. And by use, I mean it's something you can equip, not just it's usable by all classes. So I should be able to pick it up even though I can't wear it. Those items will mark as asked because they're probably a quest item. Kind of already went over settings and stuff before, but you can look up any of your other characters that are connected on the same PC. So I have 3 different groups going right now. 2 are on one server, 1 is on another. All of your settings are per server, per character. Now your item rules, go to items. Your global and normal rules are per server for all your characters, and then your personal rules are per that character. So personal rules override global, overrides normal. And then if you don't have a rule at all, that's where this new rules comes in. Clicking on this, I get this guy out of the way. Clicking these will pop open the inspects form. I accidentally broke that and just fixed it, so I'm gonna set those to sell. If I set one of these to quest, it's gonna not in here. In here, it's just a new thing or your new items, so it's just set them up. Do what you got to do. In here, and I want to set a rule on an item, so I can right-click an item, and it'll open up the inspect. Or I can click. I think I can click the icon as well. Yeah. Or if you click the name, it'll open up this modify window. Pick the table you want it in. Let's make a global rule for this one. Let's say it's a quest item, even though I know it isn't, but we'll say so. And then set a quantity. If you leave it at 0, it defaults to your quest keep value, which I believe right here normally is 10. That's a default. But we'll set it to quest. It's set to everybody already, but what if I wanted to be like, no, I'm greedy. And only the warrior, the cleric, the shadow knight, and the ranger can have it. No, we don't like rangers. How about the beast lord can have that? And then we say set rule. If we go look at global rules, it was set, and those are the classes that are set to be able to use it. At which point they'll be the only ones that'll pick it up and do anything with it. Everybody else will ignore it. While I'm in here, you can click the pencil there, and it'll be able to let you change and modify these. So keep. Now it just changed it. It sent that setting to everybody else. So if I load up this guy and go look at global, it's already set. The character that loots the item or that makes the change is the one that accesses the database and then just sends over the updated information to everybody else over actors. And they just use that to update their Lua tables so that you can display and see the information. There's paging and tables and all of the fun stuff in here. You can search 8 different ways till Sunday. If I open up like a bag, it's not that one. I open up a bag and I pick up an item, I can drop it here and it'll add it to the database. I already have it though, because I can search for it. Oh, I don't have it, or I don't have a rule for it. If I do look up, I don't have it. Well, let's make sure we fix that problem. So now there's /lns import inv for inventory, and that should start importing all of my inventory into the database. Yeah, it should have just imported 103 new items. So if I go to 100, yeah, we're definitely onto a second page's worth. And now I should be able to search for that. Why do I not find it? Weird. I'm having some oddities with that. Okay, well that one works. I don't get it. Some of these items aren't importing correctly, but that's a Lazarus thing because it works fine on normal other servers. So yeah, that's all that. I showed you the new window items. If you're using Mercs, you can turn on and off combat looting from Mercs so that it will actually respect whether or not to try to loot items while you're in combat. For the characters that have combat looting enabled, you'll be fine. You'll just continue to loot while in combat with no problems. Wow. Why am I just sitting there? Let's go kill some stuff. Oh, I have a... Got it. Let's turn that off. I had my paths running, so I was trying to run a loop. There's a bunch of stuff in here that are marked as ignore at the moment, so I'm not really looting a lot of frog blood. There's also, while I'm at it, console window really hasn't changed, just reports a bunch of stuff. There is a setting in here to show these info window messages, so you can turn those off and they won't display anymore. You can also do LNS debug, and now it's going to get a lot more spammy on your loop chat. There's also the report data or view report window. That hasn't changed. That's this guy. This is sorted by item and group, so you get a count what the rules were when someone looted it and who looted it. We have historical data. This guy by default is showing the current session. So that's when I was click session or whatever. That's what I've looted so far today, or since I started this instance of Mercs. I only have one date in this character, but if I load the table, now we've gone up to 96 versus 46, so there's 50 extra items from earlier. Over here, if I look at a different character, well, I have a lot of different days now. I haven't looted anything since I started, but if I go look at the 11th, there's 697 items I can search through. You can search by time. So did I loot anything? Yeah, by like 18. Oh, I don't see any 18 is in the hour. So let's say 19. Any 19 hour? Yeah, 1930s. There you go. There's your 1930s. Obviously, it sees the 1930 there. You can also search by names, by action, corpse, zone, if you need to know what zone it was in. If I clear this, yeah, I was in a bunch of different zones because I had 2 different characters or groups running at the same time. And then obviously click back and see your current session. This is just in case you wanted to look up an item and see how many times have I seen it, where have I seen it. Makes it a little easier, but I do want to kind of constrain you to looking up one day at a time, just to not hammer the poor little SQLite database in your hard drive so badly. Trying to make this as least impactful on performance as I can. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I think I covered most everything else in another video. Ciao.